No, thank you. You can have it if you want it. No, I mean, if you want one, grab one.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, and I'm gonna be in game. This is the state of the game and quality of life things we would like to see. I'm Shadow Spectre 11, and I'm here with Tone. And we've had two hot fixes this past week. We've had the SCL. We've had a ship sale. We've had the RSI fleet go 20% off in game that you could use with AUEC. And that's pretty much it. We've had the roadmap roundup, which there were things in there that we already knew. And hey, Roland. Hey, Wastelander, what's up? Back from visit. Glad to be home. I hear you. So, I'm going to go ahead and kick this over, get it started, and here we go. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm just trying to get this whole seat to unload. I think I'm gonna have to do it manually.
Mic is a little low. Hold on one second.
Just raise your seat a little bit.
Just gotta kick it up on the.
Yeah, it's coming through loud and clear in Discord, so it might just be your settings for your stream.
I'm not even. No, it's the gain on the mic. I don't know why it's been kind of weird. And my camera's off again. What is going on? Hold on.
Welcome to
one second.
live production.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. So today, hey Roland, hey Brian. Today we're going to talk about the state of the game and quality of life things that we want to see, but there's also something that came out, the State of Star Citizen with Chris Roberts. That interview. And there was one thing that was said in that interview that go ahead, Toad. You go throw it out there.
I'm just laughing. This is a pre-laugh, guys.
Just go ahead and say it. Say what he said. Say what he said.
I can't say what he said.
Yeah, you can.
It's all you, brother. I'm just getting out of pre-laugh.
No, go ahead and say it. Go, Ty, you know it better than me. You know it better than me.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
There
I know
was
he said something about
server meshing,
having 10,000. Yeah, eventually having 10,000 plus players per shard, and about 1,000 to 2,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah, he's talking about where he said. Now, this is what I saw, and this is what I heard when I watched it. Hold on one second. It's in SC Tracker because I have to take a look at it. Give me a moment. Where was it? Okay. Now, this is what was said. Rare CR interview, and they're saying Squadron 42 in process of being finished off. Totally handcrafted experience compared to SC. Chris is very excited about people playing it. Okay. Then 1,000, 2,000 players per shard with dynamic server meshing this year. The goal is 10,000 players per shard, though limits aren't known. Okay, that's what he's saying. That's what was said.
Yeah, I don't see that as being unrealistic, seeing about what we have now.
No, I don't. But we're waiting for dynamic server meshing. It is a very important part of the technology that is needed for things to work well. Because there, to me, and I'm making a guess that there's some things that are definitely needed, okay, for people to how can I put it? There was a quality of life thing that we're all waiting for, and that is party markers. Where
social tools in general.
Well, social tools is supposed to come when? They're saying soon? March? We don't know.
Within the next, yeah. They're not saying when it will be in. They want it to be in not 4.7, but like 4.8, 4.9. You know, the next few patches.
Yeah.
Which, you know, 4 to 6 months.
And then from the CitizenCon, we're supposed to have the tactical battles in Pyro. Or not Pyro, Nyx. Where they had those big missions, right?
Yeah, the fleet missions.
Yeah. So now we're still waiting on instancing to hit, which is a big thing because Siege of Orison is going to be the main test for instancing, which I can't wait for. I'm not going to lie. I really want to do that.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any thoughts on that one? Because when we would play the game and we would play that particular mission, it was always overrun by people who have done it so many times. They ran through it, and people that were coming in to do it would not be able to finish it. Go ahead.
If you wanted to run Siege of Orison, you had to speedrun it. Like, there was no other, because someone was going to be speedrunning it, and so you had to try and race them. There was no other way to do it.
Right.
It was just a product of what the game was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and don't forget about our fun medical procedure of taking out the medical beacons while sitting at the gate while other people healed them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many different things. Hey, B5 guy, welcome. Right now, as part of the state of the game, I'm gonna run a bunker mission to see how they're working while we're talking about this. Quality of life, that's another thing. What would you like to see implemented in a quality of life update. I mean, there are so many that I would love to see, things that I would like to see. There's a quality of life thing. Hey, Billy's Brew, what's up, man? Um, a quality of life thing that I would like to see is, like I said, they stated that
Takeoff complete.
they needed server meshing for this to work. Well, we have static server meshing at this point to be able to share markers with the party, right?
Thanks for visiting New Babbage.
And
remember,
we can't do that now unless we share a mission, but
Microtech is working hard to push innovation further.
a player dropped marker to, like, mining fields or something like that would be amazing, not gonna lie, because there's so many times I've found some really cool stuff and I can't share it with anybody unless I'm staying there.
Landing gear raised.
Thoughts?
I don't expect that sort of stuff to come in until they're getting ready to put in the new scanning and travel.
Okay.
Talked with Shadow about this yesterday in passing. What I would like to see in a quality of life improvement is if you're starting out in the hangar, put a little vending machine in there that has the basics: med sticks, oxy pens, decomp pens, drinks, you know, stuff that would
even bullets.
yeah, basic stuff that, since you're starting in the hangar, you're not having to run all the way back to downtown to run all the way back to the hangar to pick up some little stuff that you may not have in your inventory.
Well, remember, they now have at all of the landing zones, they now have a Kelto convenience store right there in the terminal. Every place has that. So now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong to want that in your hangar. Personally, it's like, well, you know what? If I need something, I should have to at least take the elevator to the terminal and grab some basic groceries.
Okay.
That's personal preference.
I can work with that, actually, because I was thinking more along the lines of like Lorville, where
Yeah,
there was
they've got
not
a
a
Kelto
store
in
at the terminal.
Yeah, there is now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Also, Area 18 has one now.
Shields
Good.
offline.
Right outside the hab. So, not the hab, the ASOP terminals.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but I would still like a preference of saying on the launcher, or when we get into game, if you want to go into the hab, you can. If you want to go to the hangar, you can. That's how I would like, what I would like to see. That's just my thought.
Another quality of life improvement for me, just sitting here thinking about it,
mhm.
instead of calling your ship and getting whatever hangar shows up, call a hangar, then to go to the hangar to call your ship.
You know what? Okay, instance hangars. There have been issues with that in this patch
This
lately.
patch, it's the last several.
Well, for me, it's been this patch where I would call a ship, or I would land a ship, right?
Num 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 num.
And then, no, not that. Then, when I call another ship, it puts it in the same hangar that I had. I had a C2 go into a medium hangar. Okay? I was like,
Night parking.
yeah. I was like, what? And, you know, it was crazy, but it worked, but it was funky. But you're right. It would be nice to call a particular hangar for a ship you know that you're going to get, a size, and then go down there and be able to get the ship. I think that would be cool.
Quantum drive is now
Ty, you got another one? Quality of life?
Well, I'm not sure how far I'd go with the instance hangers. Remember that at some point, like, you're going to be able to have a persistent hanger. You're going to have to pay money for it, but you're going to be able to have your persistent hanger at any landing zone or space station, right? You buy a hanger and then it persists, like your home location does now. So instance hangers
quantum drive
are going to
is now off.
Go by the wayside.
become, yeah, they're going to become, no, they're not going to go by the wayside, but they're going to become more of a transient feature than a permanent feature. Like, nobody stays at their home location. We all go to a space station and do our business from there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I
but
go
once we're
back
able
and
to put our-
forth, but yeah, go ahead.
But once we're able to have a permanent, persistent hanger at a space station, then we'll base out of there. We'll use our persistent hanger. It'll all be much better. And if we need another one, say we get to a point, there's going to be 5 systems. It's like, hey, I really want to expand in from, I've been doing all my business in Stanton. I feel like I need to expand into Castra. Then you can have another persistent hanger that you've paid for in Castra.
Well, I'm moving to Castra when it comes.
All right.
Been in Stanton for a long time. Time to move. Go ahead. My bad.
The only thing I see that's wrong that would be nice to add to that statement, Ty, is extra large hangers at the Lagrange point stations.
Yes.
Say
Yes.
again? Say again?
If you have an extra large hangar,
Uh-huh.
you can't dock anywhere because there's no extra large hangars at any of the stations in space.
Yeah,
You have to
docking.
land on the
That's
pad.
yeah, that's the problem with external docking is it can't be instanced.
Right.
So you need extra large hangars, or you need a station with just a huge amount of docking arms, which they've got the space for on the hangars. I mean, you could easily put 50 docking arms at Everett Harbor.
But how do you make a docking arm a permanent place that you can unload and load your cargo from?
Oh, you don't. I don't think docking arms are meant to be, but
That's what I'm getting at.
I'm not saying they shouldn't put. I'm not saying it's a substitute for.
I know. I'm just pointing out the use case.
Yeah. Well, even right now, let's say, like right now, I'm doing these missions and these event missions, and there's not enough docking ports at the stations, and I have no interest in like stopping and storing my ship. All I want to do is dock and unload, or maybe dock and refuel, so I can get on my way.
Yeah.
And there's not enough docks for even that, so they need the extra large hangars, like you said, and more docking ports.
Quality of life for me on the docking ports, especially with a hull C and the number of times I've done it, expand the radius of the auto dock. Instead of having to be like right beside it, move it out about 1,000 yards so that you can get close and then the ship takes over.
You don't?
Keyboard and mouse sucks when it comes to quality of control, fine control on your thrusters.
What do you mean, like right next to it? Because you can guide yourself in, and once you get to a certain point, it does it automatically.
Yeah, but you're really close to it.
Right, but you can also just get vaguely close to the dock and then hold down in.
Mm-hmm.
And it will auto dock.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Also,
if you get just vaguely in the area of the dock, yeah, it's much easier to auto dock. It's got a pretty decent radius.
Okay.
but there's certain ships that dock on certain sides. So a Polaris always sets up on the starboard side and a hull C on the port side.
Yep.
So, just giving you a heads up. And I think the 890 Jump does the port side as well when it docks.
I know that there's a landing camera in settings.
It's not active yet.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm getting at. If they had a docking camera, so you had a camera pointed straight out the door,
Mm-hmm.
like the rear view mirror on your truck, you could use that to line up on, and you could manual at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Elite Dangerous lazy docking. You just hit dock, auto dock somewhere near the station, and you're in range. It takes you right on in and puts you on the pad.
Yeah.
Don't have volatile cargo.
Well, I mean, I do like. I've never manually docked a ship. I'm gonna say it because I don't like the interface of the docking, and it throws me off every time I try to do it, and I just auto dock. Always have. Was never really happy with the way that worked. Just my thought.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
And with refueling, it's the same principle. It's like, oh my god, just the interface. I was never really cool with. So we'll see. We'll see what they do.
I like the interface.
Landing gear.
Personal preference on that, dude.
Yep. Personal preference.
I mean, it just feels, I don't know, it just throws me off every time I try it. So I just stick with auto dock.
You're hitting on a subject, but you're not. The quality of life for me would be to have individual flight settings for each ship.
Well, that's supposed to come at some time. I couldn't say when, but yeah.
Because if you have them set up for a freighter, then you get in a Arrow. You can't fly the Arrow because everything is way too sensitive.
Okay.
So, I mean, if I could have a setting for my Arrow versus my Corsair versus my Hull C,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to run through all of my settings every time I change ships to set up a preference for that ship.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I missing something and it's there and I just don't know?
You're missing a HOSAS setup is what you're missing.
Well,
Solve that problem for you.
yeah, but I'm also missing that MONEY.
That MUNNY?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
I
will say, like, there are the HOTAS setups and stuff like VKBs and even Virpals, which are, I mean, Virpals are crazy expensive. VKBs are pretty decent. You can get something like a Thrustmaster T16000, and it's cheap and it's gonna last you, but it'll still last you a few years. Mine did. I'm just saying there are decent options out there for decent prices. But I understand not every, like, even with that, like, it's, some you just can't afford it.
Well, I have a stick and throttle, but I don't like the throttle that has no center detent, and I've had several different ones, and it's stiff. You have to screw it down and then break it in to get it work right. And it's to the side right now, acting like a cable hook in for my joystick. But I like the idea that Shadow has with a right and a left throttle, a right and a left stick, and you use the stick itself for the throttle.
Yeah, the HOSAS setup.
Yeah.
Stick and stick.
Yeah, that's my VKB setup. Because I'm going to say it, Tone, I had the X52 for a long time, and then I went to the X56, and then I went to the VKB. Now, I keep my X56 as a backup set just in case something goes wrong or I have to get something apart or something like that. But I prefer this now compared to what I had. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. It takes a minute to get used to, though. Not gonna lie. Uh, one time I was with Gortok, and that's when I first got him, and he said, "Fly your own ship. Quit wrecking mine." It was funny.
That's funny.
Okay, another quality of life thing that you guys would like to see. I mean, there's so many that it's hard to. Whoa! Oh no! Oh! Not going out that door.
He's having a hard time flying and talking.
No. The ship moved while I was where I was landed.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's too high. And that's too high. Not staying here. No. Gonna have to move the ship. Is there a quality of life thing that we would like to see in SC that would make a significant change to how we get our supplies besides setting up in the habs and all that? Is there any other way that we could go directly into the city instead of besides the hab? There's only one place that's directly in the middle of the city to me, or two, and that's Orson and Area 18. What about New Babbage? Would you like to be able to spawn in the domes? And Lorville, wouldn't you like to spawn directly at Metro Center? Thoughts?
I mean, I think you should have the choice, right? There's nothing wrong with having a little menu that says, "Hey, you're in Area 18. You want to spawn at the Habs? You want to spawn at the G-Lock? You want to spawn in the Central Plaza?" Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. It would be nice. It's just something that I thought about one time, and I was like, I spawned in the hangar at New Babbage, and I was like, okay, I've got to get some supplies, and I had to go get on the train, go to the Aspire Grand, and pick up some basics from the Kelto. But like Tone said, having a little spot in our hangar, a little kiosk would be nice. Damn. Hey, what's up? What's up, Radium? How you doing? Man, I can't find a doggone spot to land to... Okay, I'm just gonna have to go directly in. This is not working very well. I mean, that's just a thought I had. What other dynamic server meshing? What do you think, Ty?
As long as it's progressing, right? I mean, we know they're working hard on it. We know it's going to be a gradual. There's not going to be a point. There's not going to be all of a sudden, hey, we're now dynamic. There's going to be, and it's going to be fully dynamic, right? It's going to just become more and more dynamic over time. And it's going to be a slow progression. I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
but it's going to take some time, you know.
Yeah, I'm in no major rush for it, but I'm ready for it. I'm gonna say it. I'm ready for it to be implemented at this point because.
Yeah, the first part of it is going to be the instancing. They've said that already.
Mm-hmm.
And that will basically give them the ability to, hey, I'm entering this instance area, spin up a server, and can we do that seamlessly?
Mm-hmm.
And then once they do that, then they can expand on that and say, okay, now we splitting off non-instance areas and spinning up separate servers for areas that were being run by one server, and now it's split it
Mm-hmm.
and run it off of two because there's enough people in here to justify that.
Hold on one second. There's something in the chat. Radium says Resident Evil Requiem is good. I highly recommend it to any Resident Evil fan. Okay, well I'm not playing it because I can't deal with the zombie thing. And Wastelander says party interface maybe two. Make it easier to see and locate who's in your party. Maybe another screen on Mobi-Glass with everyone, or a little icon on the left side of the screen with a list. When I played WoW, the party UI was amazing. 40 plus people. I'm going to say this, and I think we all agree. When you're in a party and you're coming to land on a planet, right? And say people are in the particular area where you're trying to land, you get bombarded with a bunch of markers and you can't kind of focus on it. I would like to see that cleaned up. Just a thought. Quality of life. That's my thought on it. I would really like to see that. Give us an idea. Okay. Optimization. Yeah, those markers are bad. Tone?
Yes, sir.
You're still having a problem with that.
Yeah, they last information I got on optimizing Vulkan for the Intel card set, it doesn't matter which one you're running,
Mm-hmm.
is they're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so far I'm having to go through and do the little number change in the settings for running DirectX.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be nice when they finally figure out that the Intel cards run on Vulkan 3.1
Mm-hmm.
or 3.7, not
Mm-hmm.
4.1.
Well, could the Intel card be updated?
I think it's a hardware infrastructure because it affects it's every card across that line. From the low end to the high end is only set up to run a specific format of Vulkan. You could be right. I don't have accurate information enough to hazard an opinion in that regard, but is it their version or is it the card's architecture that's preventing the problem? And if it's the card's architecture and they go to full Vulkan, I won't be playing Star Citizen because I'm not buying another graphics card to play that game.
Well, nobody should. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but to be fair, nobody should have to do that. And
Tone, how dare you have a perfectly reasonable point of view?
Hey, dude, it happens. It's mistaken on my part, but you're absolutely correct.
But I mean, it is. it's like, how could you not think of these things when this comes up? Okay, I'm not saying that CIG is like kind of is pushing people away from it. It's just they've got to think on the lower end systems too. The
Well,
optimization
I'm gonna
needs to
play
be.
advocate right quick.
Go ahead.
Well, let's look at some data numbers, and this is straight off the top of my head, so they will not be accurate. NVIDIA probably has the largest share of graphics cards on their system data sheets, followed by AMD and Intel being at the very bottom of the lowest SKU bracket. They're going to go after the largest number of cards first, in my opinion,
Okay.
so that they can cover the broader base of the players, and then bring in the lower numbers at a later date, if possible. And that's purely me speaking with very little to no information. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Ty, your
That-
thoughts? You run AMD.
Well, I think there's probably room for them to do both side by side. I mean, they've got to have more than one team on this because graphics is a huge endeavor. So, I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable to think that, you know, they've got AMD experts and NVIDIA experts, and those teams are working in parallel. So you don't have to wait for one to be done before the other. Now, Intel is relatively new on the graphics scene, and they may not have someone who is just very versed in that, or they may have an Intel graphics expert there too. So that would be the main thing I would see in keeping holding back the Intel card.
Okay.
Those are my thoughts.
Nothing wrong with that. Just love listen.
They may have considered it, but the number of Intel GPUs is probably significantly lower than NVIDIA and AMD GPUs. Totally agree with it 100%. Big hitters come first, then you deal with the outliers. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
The most popular stuff gets it first before the less popular. It's been like that since the dawn of time.
Oh, I'm wounded.
Not trying to knock on anybody's parade or anything like that, but that's the way it's always been. Supply and demand, same thing.
Yep. You gotta go where the money is.
Here we go. Go ahead.
And that's the
Whoa!
whole reason Star Citizen is here.
Not a problem.
There was unseen demand for this sort of game, and nobody was supplying it. And here comes Chris Roberts saying, "Hey, here's my vision. You know, give me, you know, give me your money, and I'll do my best to make it come true." And you know, half the world was like, you know, here, take my money, do this. Not saying it's right or wrong, just saying that's what happened.
No, I'm not
I know,
knocking it. I'm just trying to keep my mouth from saying something that's going to adversely affect everyone else.
I'm just saying that for you know, anybody listening. I know that there's a lot of controversy over the monetization and how they do it. I'm not saying anything about that one way or another, just recounting what happened.
Yep. That having been said,
Any other thoughts? I mean, my personal
quality
thing.
of life.
Yeah, go ahead.
This just popped in my head. I'm sorry.
No.
The back end of the reclaimer has those huge rams on both sides of the top tier loading dock. Open that big door up. That way you could just shove crap out the back of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know, that little drop-down elevator, thank you for giving us a little bit more room.
Mm-hmm.
But, God, that sucks. Only one person can unload.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have this whole large storage area underneath the floor that is practically unusable now because you can't unload it without minor difficulty.
Minor difficulty isn't the word. It just blows. Plain simple.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was being polite.
I'm just going to say it outright. It does suck.
My words on that were not going to be that polite.
Well, I'm going to be as polite as I can. It sucks.
That's why I put my mouth shut.
It sucks. The Reclaimer, I'm going to say, they did say that they're not thinking about doing
rework somewhere along the way.
They're not thinking about it, from what I heard now.
Oh, that brings up another.
Well, they have to do a
Probably
rework on it at some point because it's not got engineering in it yet, does it?
The Reclaimer?
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't been in it since it dropped. I'll have to check that.
Yeah, I don't think engineering works in the Reclaimer.
That every ship.
If there's anybody in chat that knows different, please correct me.
Right, because I'm not sure at this point. I have to look into it. As a matter of fact, I can pull my Reclaimer out after I get done here and check that. I told you, Cookie Monster needs to poo more efficiently.
Oh, yeah, he is constipated. Something fierce.
Well, it's not the Cookie Monster anymore. I couldn't grab that name, so it's the King of Munch.
All right, now, something else that would be awesome across every line of salvage.
Oh, boy.
One half of the game is set up for the old way where you get it in a box and you store it.
Yeah.
The new way is you have to refine it.
Yeah.
Get rid of the boxes. Have 1,000 SCU storage.
Oh, no! I killed some... I'm in trouble.
Have 1,000 SCU storage on the Reclaimer. On the...
I got a crime stat coming.
On the Moth. Nothing new there. On the Moth.
Thanks, Tom.
You have a 250 on the Vulture. You have a 150, and on the thing you fell out in front of, you have like a 50. That graduates the sizes of the salvagers. You just fill it up, land, unload it straight into the refinery like you would ore, and that gets rid of a whole set of steps that are pretty much just time wasters.
It's going down.
And that takes care of the whole unloading thing. And it's already in game.
Anyone got a spare med pen?
Okay.
Your thoughts on that,
We
Ty?
got trouble.
I don't know. I haven't really experienced the new salvaging. I don't feel like I can really put an opinion on that.
Well, the reason why I was asking is, if I'm out there in the Reclaimer, I used to go out there for days at a time.
Bring it.
Seriously, just live in the thing and fill it completely full and bring back like 10+ mil product.
God. Now I'm in the elevator.
He's having an existential crisis over there. And
Existential isn't a word.
but
We lost one.
I'm stuck and can't retrieve my body. If the Moth can have onboard refinery, the Reclaimer better get one too.
We lost one.
When they rework
thank you.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that would be a great place to put something back there in that massive hole that's not really usable. And you just sell the straight product to the station itself while refining it on board.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Actually, that was a good point.
The reclaimer's grinding area is perfect for that, since grinding is no longer a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he's not wrong.
I'm gonna have to backspace. This sucks.
I'll be right back.
The moth. That is a hurt point on a lot of people right now. How do you feel, Ty? We didn't even get to test the ship before it dropped. What's up, Super? We didn't even get to test the ship when before it dropped. There was no PTU test or anything like that on that ship. And it came out busted. Not working like it should. I don't know if you got a chance to test it, but what did you think about that? I was not happy with that at all.
I mean, I think it's pretty important that if you put out a new ship that people are paying money for, that it really works.
Yes.
Right? Because you've only got like, say, 3 months or so of exclusivity for the people who bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I say this not being one of the people that bought it. I didn't buy this ship, but
I know. Mm-hmm.
yeah, the people who did buy it, I mean, I think they deserve that few months of exclusivity, and the fact that it doesn't work, I mean, that sucks. On the other hand, I'm not a coding master by any stretch, but I have taken some minor coding classes and done a little bit of minor stuff, and I understand how easy it is to misplace a decimal in the code somewhere, which sounds like something that they did. And in a complex code like this, that could have been anywhere. Maybe it takes some time to find out. Like, I get that a small human error can have some major ramifications. So I feel for CIG because they are taking a lot of flack for this, but at the same time, you know, it is also having the players are justified in being angry about it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, KP. Okay, there is a problem loading medgel into the my god, the Ursa rover. I cannot place it, and I'm out of medgel. There shouldn't be an issue.
Are you sure that there isn't one already loaded in the station?
It's showing 0.
Try healing.
Oh, I can. I had to respawn, so.
Oh.
And it's showing 0, and I can't put any in it, so that's not good.
No, not good.
And the bad thing is, my body is under the elevator, so I lost all my extra ammunition. And
used to have my bullets. Now they don't belong.
Yeah, they can have my bullets. I already failed the contract because I killed somebody. I didn't get a crime stat. I have a feeling that's gonna bite me in the butt when I leave here. But I'm gonna say this: it's actually working. The bunker, the bunker that I was in, the NPC spawned and everything was working, so I can go with that. But I'm going to get my vehicle and get out of here because I failed the contract. Then I'll go and pull the reclaimer and take a look at that. See if there's engineering involved with that ship. It should be.
Well, there's a big station in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. It should be there. Anybody else got any quality of life thoughts, questions, or anything like that? I was in the game earlier yesterday morning, just checking it, and I went to the ASD and the mission completed. And this is pretty much a live test on what's going on with that right now. See how it's running. It's running well, except for the part where I fell into the elevator, clipped through it.
I tell you, it would be a good quality of life improvement. It's
What's
just
that?
getting these Hull C auto unload to work. Holy crap!
You gotta play with it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been. I think the problem is I took 2 missions going to the same destination,
Oh,
and I think that's confusing it.
yeah.
There's
Welcome
one
out.
thing about what's going on with Nix. The elevators, or the hangars, and all like that were not working very well. Now, in this hotfix, they said that they fixed that. So we'll see what happens. I haven't been to Nix for a while, so I don't know if it's working or not. That is something that I would have to look into. So anybody that's been to Nix lately since the update, please feel free, let me know if it's working or not. I don't know at this point.
All right, Shadow, what are you wondering is working?
Freight elevators in Nix, because people were having a problem with that, and also storing the ship, cargo transfers, things like that. A lot of people were losing cargo and things because of that problem. Let me see if I can get this up here. Oh, I can. Nice. I may have to claim that. Haven't been to Nix in a while. I can't say. There's probably, maybe Chiggy would know, or something like that, because I have no idea. I have not been to Nix for a minute because it was doing some very bad things.
The new hotness. Everyone was over there.
I just used a freight elevator to drop down some cargo for a mission, and it worked. It worked fine.
Okay. That's some good news. What about, did you have a problem getting with your hangar, repositioning, or anything like that? That has been a big issue.
Oh, no, this was an exterior elevator. I'm trying to unload a Hull C here.
Oh, okay.
And the auto unload isn't working. And I've got like 3,000 SEU of shit to deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Engines online.
And I just died because I accidentally hit the helmet removal button in space.
Oh.
And then it decided it wouldn't work after that. I hit it again and it wouldn't. Now I'm walking sideways. What is going on?
You're going to die.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Good day.
Just everything is going wrong with this mission. so close to delivering.
Any other thoughts about the state of the game right now? Anything about roadmap roundup? Only two things. Only two things. Inventory and crafting. They are now tentative on the card. Those were the major things, the biggest major things to hit. Anybody got any thoughts, questions, comments about those two particular things? I can tell you what I've experienced. And Ty, did you stay in tech preview very long, Ty?
No, I didn't have a whole lot of time to be in the tech preview, but I'll, talk about whatever I can.
Well, your total experience, what did you feel? How did you feel with it compared to the first time?
There wasn't really a difference. Mostly what I did was play around with the inventory. I didn't get to do a bunch of crafting.
Shields
I mean, I feel like it's heading in the right direction. I don't know what else to say. That's really what counts to me anyway.
Okay.
It's just heading in the right direction. It's got a little work. I think it'll be in 4.7, but it's going to be
bottom drive is now
bare bones and rough, and they'll fill it in
Yeah,
and
it's
make
going to be
changes
basic.
as they need to. Yeah. But
good.
it's going to be an improvement, and that's all you can really ask for is just progress.
Well, what do you think is going to be? I think it's going to be just armor and weapons right off the bat. Just start
probably.
with.
bottom drive is now
I don't. Hey, Artec, what's up? I think it's just going to be armor, weapons, maybe small components, but I'm not seeing that right now.
Yeah, it'll be whatever
Whatever they put in.
Yeah, whatever they've got ready. And it's not going to be balanced, right? It's just not going to be. There is going to be a meta. People are going to figure it out, and then other people are going to get really mad because there's a meta and be like, yeah, gee, why don't you balance this? Well, I mean, they will.
In time. In time.
Once all the parts are in, once crafted. I mean, this is going to be a years and years long process.
Okay. Chris Roberts also said Squadron 42 is going to be, hey Scott, full VR. It's going to be VR native. Now, I don't have a VR headset, and so I would like to experience it, but I would like to experience it in SC. For those that have done it, what did you think about it? I know it's not totally refined, but how did you guys feel about the experience? I know Radium did it. Ty, did you do it?
No, there's no way my graphics card could push VR worth anything. Not this level, right? My graphics card pushes Half-Life Alyx decently well with a lot of stuttering. I've been playing like Lone Echo and Lone Echo 2, that sort of stuff. But something with the detail of Star Citizen, like, I haven't even tried it. I have no hope right now. And that's fine, right? I don't think that VR as a medium is quite up to the task just yet. But I am glad that they're making it fully supported so that it will be, right? When the VR capabilities get up there, Star Citizen it's going to be ready for it. I like that. Star Citizen 1.2 both.
1.0, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how like I say, I want to experience it, and I will at some point in time. It's not a major thing for me at this point. Um, I did encounter some majorly rough frame rate and lag and stuttering in Pyro this week, and I was working on something and it was so bad I had
Here
to
we are.
scrap
On space, as promised.
the the footage because it was that rough. It was horrible. And from every server that I went to, it was just horrible. So they could have been working on something in the background. Um,
It could have just been the server you were on too.
no,
Yeah.
I jumped to different ones, and it was still rough. Um, we just came away with the free fly.
Or did we escape it?
Well, the free fly, I'm gonna say it had its issues, but I think we've had a smoother free fly prior to this one. That's just my thought.
And that makes sense, right? The free fly prior to this last one was done after or near the end of the year of stability, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this free fly was the first one since they did an actual engine update. So it makes sense that the last one would be better
Yeah.
than this one.
Scott says all I know is smooth motion has never been the same after it got borked. Borked as in how, Scott? Because I haven't had a problem with it. VR
He
would
means
be cool, but I like
he,
being able to. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ty. Go ahead.
no, he's talking about smooth motion in VR. I'm pretty sure smooth motion is a VR term. It's a way of movement.
Okay. Because I have smooth motion running right now in SC to get the latency low, and I haven't had a problem with that. Artex says VR would be cool, but I like being able to see Game Glass, Stream Deck, and my keyboard, and being able to glance down at the joysticks. Yeah, that is something that I've never considered.
There you are. Welcome to New Babbage.
I'm going to pull a couple vehicles out of this thing and claim them, or one of them, but I'll do that later.
Engines offline.
Okay, one thing, I didn't get a crime stat for that killing that guy, and it'll probably... Yeah, growing pains of new tech. Agreed.
All systems offline.
I don't have anything else. Those were the major things that I wanted to bring up and talk about. Quality of life, state of the game, and things, how we're feeling about it, how we're feeling about post pre-fly, pre-fly. That's pretty much,
Post free fly.
yeah, that too.
Yes.
VR
I'm glad it's
headset-
post pre-fly.
Yeah. VR headsets have passed through. Sorry about that. Hold on. Have a pass through where if I have it active and look out of the designated zone, you go into a partial pass-through mode. Knowing my luck, I'll end up knocking over my coffee and half of the stuff on my desk trying to find something. Allowing you to see keyboard joysticks. So is there any way to let you know, Shadow, chat isn't showing up?
It's did,
I can see chat.
but it might be on their end.
It's not showing up on your end. Hold on, let me check.
He
Nope.
may have to sign into whatever device he's on.
I can. Oh, never mind. It did now. Okay. Yeah, chat's been weird. The game goes into a semi-transparent mode, allowing you to see the game and the real world. I never knew that because, like I say, I don't have VR. I've never really experienced it, so I can't say. But I'm going to pull the reclaimer real quick so we can check this out. So you're saying there's no engineering?
Or is that just a drone bay?
Those were the turrets. You can access a turret from that, but let's check it out since you brought it up. It's a good thing to find out.
To the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, let's bring up the King of Munch.
The Munch King?
The Munchkin. Follow the Golden Brick Road. Follow the Golden Brick Road.
Was there a new update? The hot fix was. There was two hot fixes. There was one that was announced, and then there was another one that was just dropped. That I know about. That I actually updated to it, and
Vehicles, your vehicle, please visit us.
performance-wise, Scott, right now I'm doing things and it's working better than it was on Friday. Friday was kind of weird. It's intermittent, but right now it's feeling pretty good to me. Anybody else? I mean, I've been into the game more than most right now. Because pretty much it's been kind of a rough go for people.
Are they going to do instanced combat zones for like the big stuff?
Well, the one instance test is going to be
Siege of Orson.
Siege of Orson.
Okay.
Yeah, they flat out said that with the Star Citizen Live with Elliot and I can't remember the other guy's name. The mission design team, Thorsten. Yeah, that is absolutely going to be the first instanced area.
Nothing. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Ty.
Yeah. No, I was going to say mainly because Siege of Orson is very near and dear to Elliot's heart. That's his baby. And to be fair, it's a really good concept for a mission. It's a lot of fun.
It's a great mission. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thoroughly. It's one of my favorites out of all the missions. Scott, there was no news that I saw on Genesis or Nix 1. All I know is that Rock Cracker is coming out, and that's going to be in 4.7.
What is that?
Rock Cracker?
Yeah.
That is a big, where we'll actually be going to Nix, going to an area where they have large asteroids, and there is a machine.
There's a pretty recent. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Inside Star Citizen. They made a presentation about it at CitCon Direct.
Cool.
So lots of details on it there.
Yeah, and it's supposed to, once you start the machine and there's a rock in the middle of it, it cracks it in half. And miners are going to be pretty into that one. There's supposed to be some FPS combat missions going on around in that area as well.
Oh, there will be.
Oh, well, we know that. There's, I mean, when they drop Nix 1, that is going to be, that place is going to be, that system's going to be very hot. Coming right off the bat. Okay, I'm here. There's scanning station, turret, inner scanning station, and a turret. Okay, I do not see an engineering console here. I do play fantasy games. I'm not going to play Crimson Desert, though. Wait a minute. Okay, this one has power management on it. This particular station, but it doesn't have... I don't see one, Ty.
What do you not see?
I don't see an engineering console. It has power management, but there is... Oh, wait. And use engineer station. And that is... It's blank screen.
That's an easy job.
Hold on. Oh, engineer station. Power on. And the engineering station has the power management screen. To be fair, Scott, the one game that I may play is Fable, which I'm playing Fable Anniversary right now, but the newest Fable, when that drops, I'm probably gonna jump into that, and check it out. But two games I'm waiting for. Are anything going on with Origin other than sales, like new reworks or ships? We're supposedly getting an Origin ship, another Drake ship, and another Aegis ship in 3 months. So look for those in Invictus. Now, everybody's still waiting for the Ironclad. And how do you exit this thing? Okay. Power on. There should be an exit. Boy, I'm stuck. Yeah, Ty, I don't see one, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I was pretty sure the Reclaimer doesn't have engineering yet.
How can you play Fable when it was the ugliest protagonist ever made? I'm playing Fable Anniversary, and I like it. I don't care about that. The game, the story, and stuff like that is really cool. Yeah, I can't get away from this console. This is weird. Stay away from this station. Power on. Yeah, there's not even an exit for me to get away from. There it is. I can do it that way. Yeah, I don't see an engineering console at all. Oh no, I'm talking about the new one. Never played the new one, so I don't know. Other than that, those are all the points that I had. Did anybody have anything else that they wanted to talk about this one? I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out because I don't have anything else about this. I don't see. There's the drone operator station.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully, we'll hear something about a new Evo build and then a PTU this week. Due to the fact that we're in March, we're getting ready to go to Alliance 8 is going to end, and hopefully we'll get a PTU so we can get in there, check it out, and then kick it to Wave 1 and start up. The new Fable release late this year, and everyone's pissed about the ugliest protagonist ever made. Never seen it. I don't know. That reminds me, it is time for the I gotta go to. It is time for the new 5. Wait a minute. Free subscriptions. Give me one moment. This protagonist ever made. Never seen it. So, come on. Why is this really giving me a hard time? Sorry about that. And it is the 5. Sending out the 5. Start of this month.
What are you sending out?
5 free subscriptions on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know they allowed you to do that. That's cool.
Yep. Okay, so there's the 5 for the first part, and then I've got 5 more to give out later. And I will do that sometime this week. So, that is pretty much everything that I had. Yep, free subs. So that is all I have on this Snowbirds meeting room. Anybody else got any thoughts, comments, questions? I mean, I think we covered quite a bit. What do you think, Ty?
Yeah, I mean, considering that there's not a whole lot of new information coming out of CAG right now.
Mm-hmm. They're being pretty quiet about stuff right now. They're working on stuff, so they're trying to get.
Earlier,
yeah, go.
Earlier they had, or the last SCL was the sound design team, which, not knocking the sound design team, sound design is extremely important in a video game.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's also not like a hot button topic that most people really get into.
Right. I watched part of it, and I didn't really get a whole lot into it. Hey, Surfball, what's up, man? I do not see a engineering station anywhere in there. Wait a minute. There's one place, Ty. There's one place. And maybe down here on the subdeck.
Oh yeah, down in the engineering dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that place.
And there it is.
But does it work?
I'm gonna look. Yes, it does.
Really?
Yes. There it is. It is here, and it is on the subdeck. How you doing, Surfball? What's up, man? So, yes, there is engineering on it, and it's on the subdeck.
Oh, is it Seraphal or Seraphi that you're saying hi to?
I think it's Surfball. If I'm saying it incorrectly, please, please let me know. Anything else? Any other comments, questions before I close this one out?
I'm good, and I have to go anyway.
Okay. So that's doing good, hanging out, doing chores. Okay. Thank you, Ty, for coming into the Snowbirds meeting room talking about stuff. I know you've been away a lot this the past it's Seraphi.
3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, Seraphi and I are supposed to meet up and run some missions.
Seraphi, I apologize. It looks like an L to me, but yeah. I apologize. So that's everything I've got on this Snowbirds meeting room. I hope you all enjoyed it. Things are working. I can't say they're perfect, but they are working. I was able to do that mission with NPCs coming at me. And
I'm gonna pop out of here real quick. Sorry.
Later, man.
Bye, everybody.
Later. And thank you, Tone, for hanging out.
Anytime.
We've found out that the engineering is on the reclaimer, so
Nice.
it is in the subdeck. But that's all I've got. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna check out a couple things tomorrow. I'm working on a video, but it's like really been kind of rough for me to get one that we haven't seen. I've been going to different locations, trying some things out, and see if things are working. That's pretty much what I've been doing, mostly checking the functionality and the performance of the game. So I'm still working on something. I will put some footage out there and let you see what's been happening and how things are working. So, that's it. Everybody, take care. See you tomorrow. And have a wonderful Sunday. Oh, Thursday, new game day. Checking out different games on Thursday this week. Occupy Mars, so I may be on late because I have some family things to do, but that's what's happening. So everybody, take care. See you soon. Have a good Sunday.
Shadow Spectre 11 hailing. Thank you for the likes and the views. Remember to tickle that notification bell so you won't miss our next videos. Thanks again. Shadow Spectre 11 signing off.